a poker tournament score of over 894,000, a risky 450K loan to an Instagram influencer, a debt that goes unpaid for months, threats to the man's family, a challenge to fight for the debt. This is the story of Rampage and Dustin ABB. Poker vlogger Ethan Yao, otherwise known as Rampage Poker, has levied accusations that Dustin ABB, otherwise known as Dustin the Closer, of scamming him of over $450,000 just a few months ago. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of money to loan a guy that looks like this. That guy looks like a financial planner. But what really happened that allowed Rampage to send almost $500,000 to this Instagram influencer? Rampage met Dustin through a mutual friend, and in a tweet exposing the alleged scam, Rampage said the following: "I'm over being silent. Short form details, Dustin ABB owes me well over $450,000 from a personal loan he took from me. Monthly installments payments have not been paid for 5 months, with 1 month left on our contract. Can't say this guy can be trusted. More details coming soon." This deal occurred early January this year after I won the Win 25K. Had too much money in my bank account for my own good and decided on a risky investment. Lessons learned: should be a fun process to recoup as much funds as possible. I want to take a moment here to show some respect for what Rampage did here, because it's very difficult when you get scammed to want to come forward. A lot of times the person in question says they'll never pay you if you out them. And then also there are many people that will weigh in calling you an idiot or victim blaming or that kind of thing. And certainly for sure, sending this guy that much money was an ill-advised move. But by Rampage coming forward with stories like this, it helps protect potential other victims from getting scammed as well. I have had a few of these along the way, unfortunately, with people like Brad Booth, and I do think it's important to come forward and try and protect other people. Although I did hear a story recently that Brad Booth moved to Arizona, where he racked up credit with a lot of locals over 5 to 6 years, and then basically used that to secure a 6-figure amount loaned from various people in the Arizona community before breaking that in a spree of degenerate gambling and leaving town for good, leaving in his wake the shambles of people that never read the post that I made on 2+2 about getting stiffed by Brad Booth. Somebody told me that on the stone bubble of the main event. I was the big stack, I 3-bet him with Jack 10 offsuit, and he folded pocket queens. The Brad Booth story just put me on tilt. Anyway, I digress. Back to Rampage. It's obviously clear this was a bad move to send this guy that much money. But exactly how did this Instagram influencer find his way into the poker world? According to Tracking Poker, Dustin ABB played on Hustler Casino Live 8 times. He lost a total of $66,000 and played in some big games against players like Phil Ivey, Garrett Adelstein, Nick Airball, Eric Persson, Mariano, and many more. Here we can see Dustin's results. Not so hot. But luckily for Dustin, he's got a lot of cash in the reserves. It would appear from there that this guy tried to work his way into the poker world. In fact, Nick Airball actually tweeted his take on this guy and said he tried to get me for over $1 million, shaking my head. Nick Vertucci said, "In a real estate deal?" And Airball responded, "Yes, he tried to get Francisco too." Beyond playing a few sessions on Hustler and clearly having bought many of his followers on social media, who exactly is Dustin ABB? If you want to find out more about Dustin right now, it's difficult because he deactivated his social media accounts following Rampage's accusation. But thankfully, here at Poker News Productions, we saw that coming. And we still have screenshots of some of his posts before he deleted them. And man, they are pretty incredible. There's Dustin, looking excited when that wire hits the account. I wonder why he's so happy when the wire hits. I'm sure it's because he's going to put the money to good use. I also like in the background this little plate that talks about positive mind, positive vibes, positive whatever. Don't forget to stay positive, guys, because one thing is for sure, if you send Dustin some money, I am positive that that money ain't coming back. Allegedly. It's just so hard to know who to believe, but one of these guys doesn't look like someone that's saving for the future. Dustin's track record of paying bills on time and managing his debt responsibly speaks volumes about his money management skills. Also, by the way, I got your money when the wire hits. This is what money managers do, you know, making deals. But unfortunately, we'll never be able to find out what Dustin likes to spend his money on. Oh, wait. He posted a TikTok showing where he spent $176,000. Oh, we got some great stuff. We got some new kicks. We can see how much those cost. Got some new teeth. Got the chain. Got the shirt. Oh, we got a little GMT AMG. Only a total dick would have a Mercedes AMG. Oh, shit, I have an AMG. I don't want to be Doug DeCloser. Sweet watch, too, man. Gotta have the bling. This looks like someone that's definitely used to having $175,000. Super normal behavior for a dude that age to be posting about this on TikTok, by the way. You might be thinking to yourself at this point, I can pretty clearly see what happened, but what happens now? Unsurprisingly, after Rampage went public with these accusations, Dustin has tried to play the victim. In a text screenshot shared by Rampage on Twitter, Dustin has said, "That was sent to my wife," referencing some kind of threat. "You need to delete everything right now or I'm calling a lawyer and I'm calling the police. That is a direct threat to my family. Now it's a whole different story." To which Rampage responded, "I'm not responsible for their response nor condone their actions. Do whatever you want, Dustin, like you always do. You've ghosted me for long enough. Breach contract." Dustin responded with, "You have influence on social media and what you're doing is inciting people directly to threaten my family, and that does make you responsible. I'm not ghosting you. You're the one that unfollowed me. I always respond to your messages. I understand. I'm in the wrong here and I will make you whole, but now it's gone too far and you are causing an uprising against innocent individuals who have nothing to do with this. Your posts are directly causing an uproar and those individuals feel like they need to help you out. That's a direct correlation to your posts, Twitter stories, etc." Dustin makes a great point. In this country, you can say what you want, you can do what you want, but once you incite people to take action against innocent other people, you are always going to jail.
There's a victim. We lost the line. We lost the line. Anthony, get back.
You are sometimes going to jail. Anyway, based on this message, it seems as though Dustin is acknowledging that the debt is unpaid and that he's unable to pay Ethan back. But fortunately for Dustin, Rampage is giving him a way out, challenging him to a boxing match to absolve him of the debt. Tweeting, "If you're reading this from your broke-ass phone, Dustin, I challenge you to a free roll to get out of this debt. We bare knuckle box on livestream for 5 rounds, regardless if opponent is KO'd. You win, debt is off. I win, everything stays the same." I'm a little confused with what happens in the rounds if the opponent gets KO'd, but I like the ambiguity. It adds a nice touch of someone's going to get killed in the ring. Just a little sprinkle of death. It just livens it up. It gives it some flavor. I do hope they sell tickets for this, or it's streamed live online, unlike some events. I just had to work in a main event reference because it caused a bit of a stir. While we're on that subject, quick note, it's obviously worse for poker to have the main event behind the paywall, but at the same time, it is a business, and if someone bought the rights, they get to do what they want with them. It was very bad for poker. ESPN dropped Poker Go and the main event, but because they did, that show has to go up to auction. And the highest bidder goes the product. So it's not really exactly about what is quote unquote best for poker. It does still come down to the fact that business had to pay good money to have this show. And while I personally think that they should model around it being free and driving through that way and ads, I can also understand wanting to use that to monetize their platform. So cliff notes, bad for poker, but still can make sense for everyone involved other than you, the viewer. And really, you guys are quite selfish wanting content for free. These fucking guys. You know what? I know exactly what Poker Go looks like when that $10 hits their bank account. Poker Go still has to be losing money every year, I assume. I really don't know. But let's get back to Dustin. He probably does regret getting that liposuction. Those extra few pounds could really help out in the ring. But with Dustin acknowledging he does not have the money right now, it seems as if he needs help with his credit. Fortunately for Dustin, I know just the guy to help him out. Dustin. Hi, my name is Dustin ABB, and I'm here to help you succeed. That's right, I offer a variety of different services focused on making more money and succeeding financially. I have many different programs to offer, including Amazon FBA automation, Instagram growth. I mean, look at my Instagram. Incredible the growth I got. All I had to do was buy them from an Eastern European man, and they were fairly cheap. Instagram growth, not your speed? Well, how about credit repair? This is a service that many people know. It's sad what happens in this country. Someone's going along and they're living their life, boom, out of left field, unexpected debt, unexpected credit issues. You can't get that loan that you need to live your life. Break free from credit issues so you can have what you want and get what you need. Of course, I also offer some things that apply to everyone, like sales training. Being a good salesman applies wherever you go. It might be on a poker stream that you play, or it might be on Twitter. Maybe you see a prominent investment banker, perhaps, and you want to secure a capital allocation to your real estate fund. Well, I didn't get that one, but those situations do arise. Or maybe you want life insurance. Protect you and your family's assets and future, and have a safety net to fall back on, particularly if threats come in from debts that you don't repay. And then you repair your credit so that you can go into sales and grow your Instagram. It's a full package here. Bad information about you online? Don't you worry, I've got you covered. We'll get that removed immediately by deleting your account that you use to try and scam people. Hypothetically. Again, didn't happen to me. My name is Dustin. Anyway, the point is we can get rid of those debts ASAP. Just follow this flawless plan that will for sure work because I'm a legitimate businessman. Look, guys, not to go Kyle from South Park for a moment, but I want to talk about loaning people money in poker. The poker world has a lot of unsavory people that will take your money and you'll never see a dime. We see these stories all the time. I get flooded with them. I do sometimes try and highlight these stories and debts so that people get paid back or the community knows at large. But the vast majority of the time, you're never seeing that money back, which is why in poker, and this is a good life rule in general, but especially in the gambling industry, be very careful with who you lend money to. Understand that there are risks in doing so, and also ask yourself, why does this person need the money? Sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it doesn't. Look at their history, look at their references, talk to people in their circle, get an idea and feeling for who you're dealing with. And the bottom line is, if a deal sounds too good to be true, it usually is. Unless they have pictures on social media with lots of money, then I would send them everything. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this story. I want to say thank you to Rampage for coming forward with this story. And remember, the only person that will take your money as serious as they should is yourself. And make sure to protect what you've worked hard to earn. Thank you for joining me. Hit that subscribe button. Join the team. I'll see you guys again soon.